Opposition MSPs have called on the First Minister to refer himself to the independent adviser on the ministerial code. They claim that he may have knowingly misled Parliament in statements about renewable energy. The Scottish Government has rejected the claims, with Humza Yousaf's spokesperson insisting that the First Minister has been entirely transparent. Well, our political correspondent David Wallace-Lockhart is at Holyrood for us. This all dates back, David, to a comment made in June.
That's right. So back in June, the First Minister told MSPs that Scotland had the majority of the renewables and natural resources in the UK. He was challenged on that statement, and a couple of months later, he wrote a letter explaining that he'd meant to add the words per capita, i.e. per person, to that statement. But since then, we've had some civil service emails that have come out from a freedom of information request from the pro-union think tank These Islands. The Scottish Lib Dems have been looking at these statements, and they say that that per capita reasoning was, in their words, reverse engineered in order to, once again, in their words, save embarrassment for the First Minister. In other words, what they're saying is that they're not sure that per capita information existed back in June, and therefore how could the First Minister have meant to have said that? But what we're hearing from the Scottish Government is that the First Minister knew that was accurate back in June, and that the work the civil service were doing was just part of preparing a formal response when it came to correcting the record. It looks unlikely that the First Minister will be referring himself to his independent adviser on the ministerial code, so therefore this stays a political row, and perhaps a slightly complex one at that.
Well, thank you very much for explaining it to us. David Wallace-Lockhart there at Holyrood.